8th of December, and I'm back with my latest update. So I'm currently on school holidays as I'm a teacher. So I've had, I broke up a week ago today, which has gone really quickly. I had a really nice Christmas. I hope everyone else did too. Yeah, so that seems to have like come and gone in an instant. So still got the tree up, still got the decorations. I'm tempted to take them down because I kind of want to tidy up and, you know, get organised and stuff like that. But then I kind of feel like maybe I should keep it up till after New Year. Does it really matter? Is that a thing? Do people keep their trees up? I know people say before 6th of January or whatever, but I might just, might take it down so I can clean up, get organised and put it away in the loft. So if you've been watching my previous videos, you'll know that I have been struggling with getting a decent stitchy spot sorted in my new house. I still haven't got my new sofas and armchairs yet, although they are coming on the 10th of January, so not long to wait. So still kind of struggling with my stitchy spot because the chairs that we're using are conservatory type furniture, so they've got really hard wicker arms, so it's kind of uncomfortable resting your arm on the side. But this brings me on to Stitchy's stash that I got for Christmas. My husband bought me a Lowry stand, which I was really surprised about. I was going to buy myself one anyway, I think, if, you know, just in the new year or whatever, but I couldn't believe it. We weren't going to buy each other presents because we just moved house. We kind of said, oh, we won't buy each other anything, just, you know, we've got lots of stuff to buy. Went out and bought a new kitchen on Boxing Day, so that's a lot of money, but yeah. So, and then he decided that he would buy me something because my family are normally quite good and buy him lots of stuff, whereas improved slightly in recent years, but normally kind of his family tend to not really buy me anything. Sounds really mean, and I'm not that bothered at all, but he kind of feels a bit guilty sometimes that he gets kind of a lot more from my family than I do from his. So he said, so I'm going to buy you a present because of that reason. So yeah, there was a box under the tree for a few days. I thought, I had an idea that it might be a light, like a craft lamp, just because I'm always moaning about the lighting in our living room. And I don't really, I remember mentioning a Lowry stand once, and I just told him the story behind it, that a man built the first one for his wife who couldn't find a stand that she could get on with, kind of thing. I just remember him telling the story. I don't actually really remember telling him that, I was really desperate for one, even though I would really have liked one, because obviously when you look at all the stitchy groups and FlossTubes and all of those sorts of things, they seem to be the popular stand that cross stitchers go for. But yeah, so he bought me one of those. So yesterday was my first proper day in using it. I'll turn my camera around, you'll be able to see it. There you go, so you can kind of see the armchair that I've been using. And there's the Lowry stand on the left. Okay, so, there we go. Yeah, so really enjoying it, and I can't believe I didn't get one years ago, but there we go. Okay, so yeah, that was a really unexpected and lovely present, and the only other sort of cross-stitching sort of stuff I got was a couple of needle minders from my sister. So I'm not actually sure what company these come from. She found them from somewhere on Etsy. I think they're both from different places. So this is my first one. It's got a really massive magnet on the back. It's huge. Oh. So there we go. So I really like that. I haven't got a project to use it on yet, but I'm sure I will do soon. And then my other one is this one. Oh, that's my husband sending me Facebook messages. Oh, Anyway, just got to remove it off the screen. Okay. Boiler issues. Oops, sorry about that. I was too busy fiddling with trying to get a message off of my screen and accidentally stopped the video somehow. So I've also found out that my phone has got a video editor, so I should be able to join them together, maybe add some more funky effects, so who knows, I'll try that when I'm finished. Right, what I was saying, so this was my second needle minder that I got from my sister. So yeah, so a very small magnet on that one, but that's all right, still does the job. And yeah, so some unexpected but nice stitchy presents for Christmas. I bought my sister some stitchy stuff. I bought her a sewing, or you know, craft bag with unicorns all over it. I bought her some needle minders from Needle Keep Emporium, and I also bought her a 3-month subscription to Fabric of the Month from Crafty Kitten. So she'll get a piece of 14 count Ada and a thread for 3 months. So yeah, she was really pleased with that. Yeah, so in terms of other stash that I have got myself, I haven't actually got anything since the last time I spoke to you. I posted on Stitch Mania a week ago maybe, asking for people's recommendations on Fabric of the Month clubs to join. I haven't actually got that much fabric in my stash. I've got loads of 14 count Ada, but I haven't got, or just plain white, but I haven't got many kind of colourful bits to choose from. So I kind of want to build up a little bit of a stash so that I've got some to choose from should I decide to start something new. So I asked people for their recommendations. Adele was really good at giving me some advice. Adele Cat, I think her name is, on FlossTube. So, oh yeah, I tried to go for Chromatic Alchemy. I've never ordered anything on there, but on their website it said that they have if they're full, they have a waiting list. So I filled out the form, and the lady from Chromatic Alchemy emailed me back and said there are 23 people in front of me to join the Fabric of the Month club, and just for an idea of how long it will take me to get into the club, she said roughly 2 people per month leave. So that would take about a year, I think, for me to join. So so I'm still on the waiting list, but I decided in the end to join Sparklies. So I've had fabric from there before. I'm currently waiting for 2 pieces of fabric from them to start my Barbara Anna A New World series. And I like their fabric. And yeah, so I think I selected 28 count, either, I can't remember what type of even weave, but 28 count 13 by 18 inch piece every month. So I'll look forward to that when that starts coming through the post. Yeah, so in terms of what I have done with my stitching, I've only actually worked on 2 pieces since the last video. I've fallen a bit behind on the stitch along, so the postcards from around the world by Clouds Factory, I've completed, I think I've done half of it. Have I done April? I've done May, June, July, August, September, October. Yeah, I've done May, June, July, August, September, October. So I haven't got around to doing November, which was Vancouver, and December, which was the North Pole, I believe. And then obviously I've got the first 4 that I missed, where I didn't actually start that stitch along in January. So I will get back to that, but I just haven't felt like doing it, so I'll pick it up at some point. And the Lakeside Needlecraft, I haven't picked that up for a while. All it would take for me to finish the November Goblin would be probably a couple of hours, just finishing off the fireworks and doing the back stitch. yeah, and again, I've just had other things that I wanted to do. I haven't had an awful lot of time in the past few weeks for stitching. I've got a lot more time now that I'm on school holidays, but I just haven't felt like doing that. I just fancy doing something else instead, which I shall show you in a minute. Yes, so what I've mostly been working on over, oh god, threads are a mess on here, so let me just rearrange those. So what I've been working on mostly is my kit from, I don't know who it's called. I'll show you this first, and then I'll show you what it's supposed to look like. So this is my first full coverage piece, and here is approximately, it's just slightly over 1,800 stitches, because I've done 10, I've done 18 10 by 10 blocks. So I'm actually really pleased with how that's looking on the camera. Sometimes when I post photos of this on Instagram, it kind of looks as though the coverage isn't that great, although it is. I think it must be the lighting when I take the photos, it just shows some white underneath. But I'm actually really pleased with how that looks on camera. So yeah, I did start off by doing one 10 by 10 block at a time. As you might be able to tell kind of here, where I've got the sort of cleanish edges. And then I kind of went back to my sort of natural way of stitching, and that was to kind of do one colour. So one colour in a certain space. So if like 4 blocks are 10 by 10, or you know 6 blocks of 10 by 10 had a certain colour in it, I'd just do all of that colour, and then I'd, you know, normal cross-country style up to an extent, not like all the way across here, because that would have been a nightmare, and then definitely would have been some unpicking needed. But yeah, so I'm really pleased with how that's looking. I did make a mistake a few days ago when I started getting into some of the reds here. I misread the number that I was supposed to, or the symbol that I was supposed to use for one of these colours, and I started using yellow, and I did quite a bit of it. It's kind of like around the edges here, and then I started thinking, I don't think this, I got really excited that, oh yeah, no greens anymore, no greens and browns, I'm going on to something different. But I started looking at it and I was thinking, I don't think that is right. So I looked at the picture and then realised that there won't be any yellow till quite a bit further down and across. So yep, I had to unpick it and then find the right colour. Don't know how I did it, because it was a dark red in the end. But yeah, don't know. So yeah, really pleased with that. I think the whole thing, oh, I don't know how many stitches it is. Let me have a look. Well, I feel like I've done about maybe 1/8 of a page, and there are 6 pages. So kind of gives you an idea. I'm just stitching it on, I think 20, or is it 30? Oh, it might be 32 count even weave of some variety. So this is what the finished piece looks like. So if I hold this up again, you'll be able to see that I am currently working on, oh, I don't know what side it looks like to you, but it's the top left corner, although it looks right to me, but it's on the same side as the lady in the picture. So that top corner where you can see kind of the dark green trees in the background, the blue sky, and then working downwards just the tops of the trees in front that have kind of got that reddish tinge. So yeah, now I don't know this brand, I don't think I can even read it. I think it's a Russian kit. No, I can't read that, but it's called Romantic Walking, and it's based on a painting by Leonid Afremov, which I really like. So in the end, it will be 15.4 inches by 12.3 inches, and there are 62 colours in total. The threads that it comes, so this is a kit, so the threads that it comes with are really nice to work with. The only slight annoyance is that the lengths of them are quite short, so that's just an example of some of the colours and how the kit's organised. So the threads are quite short, so kind of feel like you're spending a long time threading up your needle again. Yeah, so a long way to go on that, but I was really quite enjoying working on something that was full coverage, so I'm going to try and make sure I do some of that quite regularly so it doesn't take me 10 years to finish. More like 1 or 2, fingers crossed, but we shall see. So yeah, really, really pleased with that. I've done quite a lot on it. If you follow me on Instagram, you might be able to see that I've done quite a lot on it in the past week or so. You can see my pictures in stages. Yes, so that's that one. And then the only other thing I've been working on, so I fancied a little break from a full coverage piece yesterday and decided to go for something a bit different. So I started on Country Cottage Needleworks Stitching Time. So that's what the design looks like. Will it focus? Will it focus? I don't know. Bought this at the knitting and stitching show at Alexandra Palace. Can't remember the name of the company I bought it from, but they were a really good company that sold lots of different brands of cross stitch stuff. I bought a Lizzie Kate one from there as well. So this is what I have done so far, and as you may notice, I have changed the colours. So I haven't stuck with the same colours that are on there because I fancied using some variegated Weeks Dye Works threads that I also bought at Alexandra Palace at the same time I bought this. So apart from the white, this is just anchor number 1. I've also done an extra stitch here that I don't need to do, so I need to unpick that. But this is anchor number 1, which I need to buy some more of because I'm running out. This one here is, oh actually it's not all Weeks Dye Works actually. Yeah, this one here is called Caribbean. That's a bit of a mess where I'll try to put it back. So, and you can kind of see the greens and blues there. That's quite nice. That will feature in other places on this as well. And then the word fabric is actually done in a dinky dye that I had in my stash. So this is a dinky dye called Sydney Harbour. So kind of very kind of water-like colours again, bit different to the Caribbean one though. So you've got greys, light blues, lilacs, some dark greys in there as well, which is really nice. So again, I think that will feature elsewhere in this pattern too. So some of the other colours I will be using are Harvest by Weeks Dye Works, Emma's Pink by Weeks Dye Works. You can see the light and dark pink there. And oh no, not the last one yet. Celebration. There is the bit where the girl is there. I think I'm going to do her dress in this. And I've also changed the colour of the hair slightly, so it's maybe more like me. Just chosen a lighter brown, I think. Not that I can see it in my, oh yeah, well. No, I tried looking through my stash to find a colour that's similar to my hair. This looks a bit, almost bordering on gingery. Yeah, it's not my hair colour. Maybe I'll have to change that. But this one was, this is too dark. Although that looks a bit better. But no, it's a bit too chocolatey brown. I'm more mousy brown. So, yeah. And then just some other plain anchor threads for other parts. Oh, and this one, I use this for the needle. Not that it really shows much, but this was Pewter by Weeks Dye Works. So yeah, I had lots of, when I posted a picture on Instagram yesterday, I had lots of lovely comments about it. So I'm going to start working on this again after I finished filming this video. So the fabric this is being stitched on is a piece from Sew It All. I don't know if you can tell, but it's like a bit of a minty green, kind of white minty green effect, which I don't think you can see very well there. But I can't, it's called, I think it was called something like Kelp, but it was from Sew It All. And it's not a hand dyed one because it's white on the back, it's like printed on the front. Yeah, so I'll carry on working on that. I'm really enjoying this one. I don't think it will take me too long to do, because I managed to do all of that yesterday, and that's kind of quite a big chunk of the design. So yeah, first country cottage needleworks as well, which is fun. Okay, so plans for the next few weeks. So I have ordered about 4 frames for different projects that I have finished in the past that are just sitting in a box, or one of them being my Clouds Factory Big Bang piece that I finished a few weeks ago. I found a little area in my house that I'm going to kind of dedicate to putting my cross stitch designs in. So it's kind of a little area under the stairs. I don't really want my cross stitches in frames all around the house. I think and then I don't want to hide them in a box either. But so I've got that little zone. I'm looking at it. I'll show you where I'm looking. So if you see above the chair under the stairs where the computer is, there's more space there than it looks at the moment. But in that little area under there is where I'm going to put some for now. So I'm waiting for those to come, and then I'm going to frame those and put them up on the wall. I've got some of those command picture hanging strips, so I don't have to drill any holes in walls, so I'll be using those. Oh yeah, and I've also found a pattern that I would like to stitch for my husband, and definitely put in that little area because he uses a computer quite a lot. So if it's like above there, then it's kind of a picture that he knows I did for him. So it's this one. He loves a cup of tea and a dinosaur. So what's better than a T-Rex? So I'm going to buy this at some point soon and then start stitching that. And I might give it to him for Valentine's Day if I get it done in time. Which I don't see why not. But I'll give it a go. That is from Daily Cross Stitch on Etsy. I actually get emails from them every day with a free chart. So I bet somewhere I've probably been sent that as a free chart, but it's only £3. I don't think I'm going to go through the backlog of deleted emails or whatnot to try and find it. Yeah, so that's all I've got really. Just wait for my fabric to come in from Sparkly's and just work on whatever I fancy with my Lowry frame. Yay! Yeah, so almost come to the end. I've been watching lots of people's FlossTube updates recently. So this morning I watched Pip Stitch. He was showing off some of his, or lots of his finished works. For some of the things he said were one of the first sort of pieces that he'd done, and they were really, really intricate for one of the first pieces that you would do. They're very, very detailed. Stash Queen, Stitcherista, Denkai, McKenna, Ginger Gerald Stitcher, Amanda Stitching, Gem Stitch, probably some others. But yeah, I've really enjoyed watching everyone's updates. There's a couple of people that I used to watch that I haven't seen in a video from them for ages. One of them is Stitchy Ryan. I know in one of his last updates, he was talking about going to train to be a teacher, and you know, life will get very busy for him. So I guess that may be why that's maybe why he hasn't uploaded anything. But just wondered if anyone knew that, you know, if he's all right, and anyone seen him posting on Stitch Mania, that sort of thing. And another one was I'm a Stitching. So yeah, she normally posts one once every few weeks or once a month, and I haven't seen her for ages either. So it just makes you start to think, are they all right? Or they're just busy with life like everyone, really. Okay, and one last thing I wanted to say before I finish. I just want to thank everyone for all their likes and comments on my posts on Instagram. Every time I post something, you know, if I do it at night when I finish stitching for that day and I wake up in the morning, I get, you know, there's at least 50 something people that have liked it or commented on it, which is really, really lovely. Without a doubt, these people seem to like every single thing. So Mumula, Amanda Stitching, Bow Ribbon, Lisa S Stitches, Michelle Gunn, Crafty Creative Claire. Just, you know, I really like all their work too that they put up on Instagram, and you know, lots of them are FlossTubers as well, so hello. And yeah, just thank you for all the likes and comments. So yeah, I think that is it. So I don't feel like I've actually done very much or said very much, but don't know how many minutes in, because this is like the second part of the video. This says 21 minutes and I can't remember how much I did before this, so I'm probably well up to half hour now. So yeah, I'll post another update again in a couple of weeks' time. I hope everyone has a really good new year. And yeah, I will see you all next time. Bye.